Many seniors unknowingly sip on drinks that slowly weaken their bones. These beverages may be marketed as healthy or safe, but in reality, they drain calcium, reduce bone density, and increase the risk of fractures. In this video, we'll reveal 3 popular drinks you should avoid and what to drink instead to protect your bones after 60. Coffee is more than just a drink. It's a daily ritual, a source of comfort, and a morning must-have for many seniors. And while moderate coffee consumption may have some health benefits, too much of it can come at a cost, particularly when it comes to your bones. The primary concern? Caffeine. Research shows that high levels of caffeine can interfere with calcium absorption in the body. When you consume caffeine, your kidneys may excrete more calcium through your urine. Over time, this steady loss, if not offset by proper calcium intake, can lead to bone thinning and an increased risk of fractures. Seniors are especially vulnerable. After age 60, natural declines in bone density accelerate. Bones become more porous and brittle. Combine that with calcium loss from too much coffee, and you're facing a silent recipe for weakened bones and fragile joints. Studies have shown that consuming more than 300 milligrams of caffeine per day, roughly 2 to 3 cups of brewed coffee, is associated with decreased bone mineral density, particularly in older women. And that's not the only risk. Many seniors take medications that also affect bone density, such as corticosteroids, blood pressure meds, or acid reflux drugs. When you combine those with excessive caffeine, the bone-depleting effects may multiply. Plus, coffee is often enjoyed without food, which can delay nutrient absorption and increase its impact on calcium loss. But that doesn't mean you need to give up your morning cup entirely. Here's how to make your coffee bone-safe. Limit intake to 1 to 2 cups per day. Add milk or a calcium-fortified plant milk like almond or soy to help offset calcium loss. Avoid drinking coffee on an empty stomach. Pair it with a calcium-rich breakfast like Greek yogurt, eggs, or oatmeal with seeds. Stay hydrated throughout the day with water or herbal teas, which help maintain mineral balance. Also, be cautious with other sources of caffeine. Black teas, energy drinks, and certain pain medications may increase your total intake without you realizing it. In summary, coffee in moderation can still be part of a healthy lifestyle, but for seniors concerned about bone strength, caffeine needs to be watched carefully. Small adjustments can make a big difference in keeping your bones strong, steady, and fracture-free. For many seniors, a glass of wine with dinner or the occasional evening cocktail may seem harmless, even healthy in moderation. But when it comes to your bones, alcohol can be a hidden saboteur, slowly weakening your skeletal frame from within. Here's why. Alcohol interferes with the delicate balance of bone remodeling, the process where old bone tissue is broken down and new bone is built. In younger adults, this process works smoothly, but in older adults, it already slows down due to age-related changes. Add alcohol into the mix, and the production of new bone slows even further. Heavy or chronic alcohol use also impairs the function of osteoblasts, the cells responsible for building new bone. At the same time, it increases the activity of osteoclasts, which break bone down. This double impact accelerates bone loss, particularly in weight-bearing bones like the spine, hips, and legs. But even moderate drinking can be risky for seniors. That's because alcohol reduces calcium absorption in the gut. It interferes with vitamin D metabolism, a critical nutrient for bone health. It negatively affects hormone levels, including estrogen and testosterone, which both play roles in maintaining bone density. For older adults who already struggle with low bone mass or osteoporosis, these effects can tip the scales toward dangerous territory, increasing the likelihood of fractures from even minor falls. And the risks don't end there. Alcohol can also impair balance, coordination, and reaction time, a dangerous trio for seniors already at higher risk of falling. Combine fragile bones with impaired movement, and the chances of suffering a hip fracture or spinal compression injury skyrocket. So, what's the solution? You don't necessarily need to cut out alcohol entirely, but being mindful of your intake is crucial. Stick to no more than 1 drink per day and not every day. That's about 5 ounces of wine, 12 ounces of beer, or 1.5 ounces of spirits. Never drink alcohol on an empty stomach. Eating helps slow alcohol absorption and reduces its effects on calcium and nutrient balance. If you're taking medications, especially those for blood pressure, diabetes, or mood disorders, talk to your doctor. Alcohol can interact dangerously with many common prescriptions. Stay hydrated and consider adding bone-supportive nutrients like magnesium, vitamin K2, and calcium through your diet or supplements. In short, alcohol's effects on bone health may not be immediate, but over time, they can quietly erode your body's structural strength. Be proactive, stay informed, and choose habits that keep your bones solid for years to come.
Fruit juice. It sounds healthy, right? After all, it comes from fruit. Many seniors reach for orange juice at breakfast or sip on apple or grape juice throughout the day, thinking they're making a smart nutritional choice. But here's the truth. Most fruit juices, even the ones labeled 100% juice, are a hidden danger to your bones. Let's break it down. Fruit juices are high in natural sugars, especially fructose. When consumed in large amounts, and without the fiber that whole fruit provides, these sugars can cause blood sugar spikes and inflammation. This chronic low-grade inflammation weakens bones over time by disrupting the activity of cells involved in bone remodeling. Worse, many commercially available juices also contain added sugars, artificial flavors, and preservatives, all of which further contribute to inflammation and poor nutrient absorption. But the real kicker? Fruit juice increases calcium loss through the kidneys. Here's how it works. When you consume a high-sugar beverage, your body releases insulin to manage the spike in blood sugar. Elevated insulin levels cause increased calcium excretion through urine. Over time, this means less calcium stays in your bloodstream to be used for maintaining bone density. And there's more. Acidic fruit juices like orange or cranberry juice can also contribute to a process known as dietary acid load. Your body works hard to maintain a slightly alkaline pH. To neutralize excess acidity from foods and drinks, your system may pull calcium, an alkaline mineral, from your bones. The result? Accelerated bone demineralization. So, what's the alternative? You don't have to give up fruit altogether. Far from it. Whole fruits like berries, apples, and oranges offer fiber, antioxidants, and a gentler impact on blood sugar. They're far more bone-friendly than juice. If you enjoy the taste of juice, consider diluting it with water to reduce the sugar concentration. Choosing juices that are fortified with calcium and vitamin D, but still use them in moderation. Swapping juice for herbal teas, infused water, or smoothies made with whole fruit and leafy greens for added fiber and bone-supportive nutrients. Remember, just because something is natural doesn't mean it's harmless. In the case of fruit juices, the sugar content and lack of fiber turn them into a sugary trap, one that silently drains your bones. Choose wisely and protect your skeletal health with drinks that nourish rather than deplete.